Hi, how you guys doing? This is Sensei Roger.
I'm Paul, what's left of me.
And welcome to Kenpo for Advanced Lesson 6. Alright, so that was a mixture of the two moves we're going to do today. One is a review move, and the other one is called Deflecting Kick. Alright, but before we get into this, here's a disclaimer. You guys know that you're taking a risk of training this stuff on your own. You may hurt yourself, so train carefully. And you assume all the responsibility of what you do. We're not there. We're just showing you it. You know, we're just putting it out there and you take it. So just train responsibly, train safely. Alright, so deflecting kick, this is against a kick. Alright, I'm going to move this out of the way, back twist, reverse punch. I took this from long to Kata. We were never really taught this in the Tracy system as a technique, but we use it for sparring a lot of times. So I'm like this in sparring, he goes to kick me, I can move out of the way. I can hit him with one. So in the Kata it's only one strike, the back twist. I added the reverse punch because it's always a nice thing to do.
Let's have an option.
Gives you a little bit to fall off of. What I like about this, it's theory of this back step. Okay, so that's what we're doing with this. In the Kata, you don't quite back step like that, you know, the way we're doing. We just step in and do this. But, say we're in a fighting stance. Alright, so here comes the kick. I kind of want to move it across. As I'm doing that, alright, come at me. I move. Now I'm on a whole different angle as Paul. So let's change the angle of this, please, Paul. So the kick is coming up like here. I'm out of the way like this. Striking, striking. You can use open hand too. Just make sure when you do this back fist, if it comes to the street, you're not hitting somebody in the forehead or top of the head, or so you moved, you got it in the nose now. But you hit here, you're going to break your hand. Plain as that. I had someone make a video on me trying to say that I'm bad, and he took the whole thing out of context, you know, context or whatever. I'm not going to say who it is, but the thing is, he's talking about here and saying, well, who back knuckled to the head? You know, well, yeah, he was right. You will break your hand. But the context of that video really was Kenpo sparring. And he tried to say that we didn't do any sparring in that video. That was kind of a lie because he only took a piece of it and tried to say we weren't actually sparring. In sparring, point fighting, this is the legal target. In street fighting, this is stupid. So this is Kenpo for advanced guys, and I wanted to put this stuff out there. This is here, but here. Alright, and I want to hit the tip of the knuckles if I'm striking with the bare knuckle too. I don't want to hit the back of my hand. It would definitely break my hand here. I can hit him and just go out with the tip of my knuckles. It's not going to feel good on my knuckles. I may break him, I may not, but either way it goes, it's not going to feel good. Alright, so here's a cool thing about this though. If I'm like this even, I can do the step back like we did in the Kata, and then right here to the nose, bang, bam, or open hand. Or check this out. Go ahead, kick at me. There's a chop, there's a palm. We can have fun with this stuff as we're training it, but it's self-defense reason, how much do you need? Do I need to chop everyone in the throat? No. Absolutely not. Do I have to hit everyone? No. I can stop it without hitting them sometimes. You know? But it's the worst case scenario. You might need to kick it up and amp it up for self-defense reasons. Alright, so here we go. Let's go do this move here. So we're going to take it from a fighting stance. We're going to do the point fighting or sparring version of it. So maybe I'm loose on my feet here. I'm stepping back with the block. So from here, I'm already anticipating you're going to throw that kick. As soon as the guy comes up here, I can move. Now I'm dropping this, block it, back fist, reverse punch. Alright, let's go over this one again. So you're going to step, like from the fighting stance, step back. If my hands are way up here, I'm not going to really do this. But if my hands are kind of mid-range, and they go to kick here, I just move the target, and I also sweep this across. Paul wants to move his foot over a little more too. Don't leave your foot dangling like this when you're doing that. If you're going to do this, you got to pivot and change your positioning. That's good, because what happens if you start pivoting and changing here, that's how you pull muscles, tear tendons, you know, ligaments, all that. You start hurting things. You know, you will hurt something possibly if you start moving like that. Twist an ankle, I mean, a lot of things could happen. That's why you want to kind of be on the ball of your foot. And like in point fighting or sparring, you shouldn't be so rock solid like this all the time. You should be kind of loose, ready to go.
Yeah.
You're ready to go. That makes you a little bit easier.
Right, right.
Well, it makes it a little easier for sparring. You can move out of the way. Of course, if a situation comes out on the street, you might have to block first, then move. So you might have to start this and then loosen up and move and come at it. So let's take it from a self-defense positioning. So I'm kind of in a neutral position. I don't want to fight you. You know, I can be even straight up like this. Someone's going to kick you.
Mm-hmm.
If the kick is too low, I'm not going for this.
Right.
Think about it. Throw a low kick at me. Now I have to come down like this or something.
Leave.
So the thing is, go to kick me, I can just move. If I go to kick me, I use my leg to swipe it out of the way. But this kick is coming up like around the groin area or higher.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's where this is going to be up here. And you can even lower your weight a little more if you feel like you're going to hit with your hand.
Mm-hmm.
So you can drop your weight on this and change that way. So this is like a little theory that's hard to really say, hey, let's do this.
Right, right.
You got to train this stuff to make this stuff happen.
You got to pick the reacting move according to what's being thrown at you.
Here's something I always tell my lower belts is, like, throw a punch, please. Chinese sword, I blocked and I stepped. Sometimes I just have them do this movement. The way they start training it, why don't I tell them that right off the gate sometimes? Right off the gate, it's just basically because they're trying to learn movement. A lot of people are like, well, you're going to get somebody killed out there. Guess what? A new person training in the martial arts, if someone really attacks them really hard, they might get killed anyhow.
Right.
Doesn't matter how I taught them in the first few days or weeks or months. So basically it takes training.
You got to lay a foundation first.
Yeah. When you learn the alphabet, A, B, C, D, then you start doing a fancy little song.
Yeah.
Then you start remembering it. And then what? You start putting words together, you start sounding out the words, the next thing you know, you're talking.
Right.
You're spelling, you're writing. Now you're writing stories. So that's our techniques. So let's go with this. You play with the timing different ways. That's a good way to practice doing things, is change the timing. So maybe if you have a partner that's working with you, block then step. How about step then block? How about step and block? Mess around with it.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, you be coming around and messing around with each other. You don't know, now you just brought it into them. Oops. You don't know.
Right.
How am I reacting? So that's the thing is, my reaction might be wrong. It might get me hurt.
Right.
That's why you train safely, then you start realizing what your reactions are.
Right.
Alright, let's go to the review of Japanese clinch. Alright, this is against a punch that would be easier if it's a wider punch. Just throw a straight punch at me. So if I come in here, see, I had to change my block a little bit, coming in like a deflecting block. Well, now you came up different, I pushed it there.
Sure.
But come at me with it. So here we go. Now I already got punched in the face with that. You see how that worked? Alright, throw the punch again. Now I hit it, I started deflecting it, moved it, I'm here. That's what I'm talking about, playing with the timing. Okay, so now let's say your punch is a little more wide. That was just like, what happened there? Do you know why I did that? It's because throw the punch, as soon as I went to do the block, my elbow is here, so first thing I want to do is trap this up. So even if you pull your hand back, I still hit you, that's fine, but it's slowing you down pulling the hand back.
Right.
So we got to improvise. You don't know what's going to happen. Alright, so let's go over the move here. Let's do it in the air. Let's do it this way. Start with the outward block right here and then extend it. So remember, we're doing an extended outward. Now move the foot, throw the chop and hook the neck. Move the left foot, there you go. There, chop and hook the neck, grab. Throw the knee, step back, knee, put your foot down, and knee. You see how we're doing this, guys? That's going to help you roll those knees with power.
Right.
Otherwise, you might be going off balance with them. The idea of this part, the clinch. Now, when I'm clinching, I'm not just hooking the neck like this. Here, come over, stand up straight. Turn around. I'm not just hooking the neck here. Stand up straight so they can see. So I'm here. I want to kind of get in here too. So I'm pinching up the neck and I grab the head. So now I got a hold of him. He's just not slipping out real easy too. You always can get out pretty much almost anything for the most part if you get the right opportunity or the right amount of movement, you know. But some things are very difficult to get out.
Right.
But if someone clinches you quick and start throwing you off balance, you can take a lot of damage before anything's really, you know, before you can even get out of that. Take a couple knees or something, even if you block it, it still hurts your arms a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, at least you're not getting kneed in the face.
Right.
So, let's go over this throat punch. So I'm blocking this here, I'm chopping here, or I can just grab, guys, and I'm here. Now I'm going to throw the knee. Paul is going to block it with his forearm. Guess what? This hurts me too. This hurts me worse than him. This might not even hurt him. But the thing is, if I knee the arm, that's what I'm talking about that hurts. If I knee the arm, because I know whatever I say, someone's going to find a fault with it and go, oh no, that's wrong.
Right, right.
Well, no. When I say that kneeing the arm hurts, the forearm on my leg muscle, that hurts me more. So that's a good way to block it. But if I'm here, now look, I get around, I got a rib shot over here. I snuck around and did this. So I came in here and just did the body shot. So this is your Japanese clinch. Check out the videos before, and you can see how we broke it down. So I'm going to go into long two. We decided for this reason, when we do the katas, I'm just going to do it because a lot of times Paul's doing it with me, and then sometimes we've thought about it. You guys may be watching, both of us. So if we break it down, only one of us doing, your focus would be a little more.
Right.
Why did we choose me over Paul? Because I know it more than Paul.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to take the long two. When we come in, here's our bow. Okay, right foot moves. Block, chop, palm, spear. Block, chop, palm, spear. Hidden fist. Opening cowl. Punch, punch, cat. Kick, punch. Look over here, step. Opening cowl. Okay, we're going to step here. Is this good technique? You guys remember the name? If you remember the name of this technique, I want you guys to put that in the below and comment that. All right, next one here. Drop, back, punch, kick, punch, square punch. We're coming over here, down, back, punch, kick, punch, square punch. Okay, so here's this guy, upward block and smother, cross, step, in, up, 1, 2, 3. Come over this side, in, up, right, left, right. Now here's the technique we did in lesson 5. Cross with this hammer, but we're not going to cross first, we're going to hammer first. Hammer, then cross, boom. Hammer, cross, boom. Now here's the new part, guys. So we're going to go to the corner over here. So it's about 1 o'clock if you're looking at a clock, 12:01. So it's right about there. I'm going to step back with the deflecting block. I can't get it out, guys. Invert it, downward block. Deflecting kick is the technique I called it. But we're not throwing the punch this time, guys. So again, we're going to step. Here's an inverted block, back fist. Other side, step, inverted block, back fist. That sets us up for the next one. This is where you guys are at. That's the end of it. So you guys are getting close. So let's take it back to this point with these, right? 1, 2. Over here. Okay, we're going to hammer, cross, square. Hammer, cross, square. Okay, over here, 1 o'clock. Step, invert it, back fist. Step, invert it, back fist. I'm going to leave it right there. Alright, guys. So that's the end of this lesson, but I also want to talk about, you know, the principles I was talking about before. The 12 Principles for Greater Influence. That's a book I'm writing. And this is from the chapter that's called Write a Journal. Basically, a lot of people are like, I don't want to write a journal.
Right.
That's one of the hardest things about me is having an organized journal. But when I do have an organized journal, I go back and read it. And I realize one thing. There's some good stuff in there. Because when I get something worthy to write down, you got to go over it too, or else it gets lost. You don't want to never go over your journal.
Right.
So I'm suggesting you guys write a journal. If you're on a ship, right? The captain of the ship has a thing called the captain's log. What does he journal? The daily things of what happened on the ship. He reports the things that need to be repaired on the ship. He reports on. So basically, he takes record of everything that happens on that ship, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So that's the same thing that we should be doing with our life, right? Take a record. You don't have to go down to everything. I ate oatmeal this morning.
All right.
You know, that you can save that. That doesn't matter. Unless that is pertaining to some kind of life change of your meals.
Mm-hmm.
You need to keep that track of that. So to me, that's kind of trivial for me to write that down. But I'm not into some kind of life change with my meals enough to where I have to write it down and keep track of it.
Right, right.
That's what's nice about that. But if you are, it's a benefit. There's a benefit to writing things down.
No, I was going to say, that's a good point. If you're something going on in your life you're struggling through, or maybe trying to clean up or change, it's good to journal things, because when you get discouraged, maybe you can go back in your journal and say, hey, this is where I was 2 months ago, look how much better off I've gotten. And it encourages you to try a little bit harder and not give up on things, too.
It's like, it's kind of almost like measuring where you're at. It's a measuring tape of your life, pretty much. Where did you grow? Am I an inch or am I 6 inches now? You know, you're growing in life, and this helps you keep track, and that will help you from being discouraged too.
Right.
You just go back over it. If you get discouraged to the point you might not even want to look at that journal. So pick up that journal and read it. Some of the stuff I have in my journals, I pick up and read. I go, what was I thinking then?
Right.
What's wrong with me then?
Discouragement is a great defeatist. It's, you know, I'm by nature a perfectionist, like at work. So when I fail, like I mess up with my martial arts, I could just sit there and wallow in the mire, but I just keep pushing, and like I don't care what people say, I'm not perfect, but for me personally, I'm gonna keep trying with things I like to perfect myself and, you know, not get discouraged. So.
But here's the thing about all these principles I put out, some people go, wow, that sounds like a great idea. Well, it is, but it means nothing if you don't ever try to apply these things.
Right.
I'm not saying you have to follow the things I placed out, but a lot of these things I've already put out, and you may hear from motivational speakers and, you know, life coaches, wherever you go, even your mom, your dad, your pastors, you know, maybe telling you this stuff, but you hear this stuff throughout your whole life, but then one other person says it something, or says it differently, and you go, oh,
right,
and it clicks. And that's why I said before, share what you learn, and that's what I'm doing right now. You know, I'm doing this. Like I told, I teach these things to the kids. I say, one day someone's going to pay me to teach this stuff and speak on this, on these principles. One day someone's going to pay me to do that. You know? When will that day be? Probably when I have it polished, where I can speak it more clearly and more understandable. I could write it down way better. I could speak it. So when I have this book coming out, I'm like, wow, I'm blowing my own mind that this actually came out of me, but this is what has been fed in me for so many years that I fed myself with. So I want you guys, and that's where my journals come in. I got future books